What up? It's JoJo on the radio. This is the iHeartRadio countdown. Warning: this guy, he's a hot mess. He's a bunch of trouble. Mike Posner, what's up, man?
What's up, JoJo? I don't know why you got to start off like that. I know our interviews Kevin always stayed on the rails in the past, but come on, we could turn the corner here.
This could be special. When they told me, they said, "Hey, Posner wants to come on and do a piece," I'm like, "Man, you are one of my favorite people, especially after all the stuff you've done over the last year plus." I got so many questions to ask you. Your song, it's I just love it. First of all, how was your 2020? How was your pandemic experience? It's been a little different for everyone. How was the Posner life during this?
Hey, I've spent most of my life alone in rooms making music, so 2020 wasn't all that different for me. I've been very blessed in my life is the real answer. I know a lot of people if you're making a list of people that got hit hard by a pandemic, I'm probably at the bottom of it, thankfully. Right. But want to have compassion for all the people out there going through hard times.
Amen. Your family, your friends, all good?
Thankfully, yeah, thankfully.
I assume clearly there's an album or EP or body of music in the works, right?
Yeah. Momma is a part of a EP that's going to be coming out soon, and I just recently put a full body workout called Operation Wake Up. Probably none of the songs are appropriate to play on your station, so that's why we didn't talk about it. But yeah, Momma's part of EP that's coming up.
Is the one the one you're speaking of? Is that the one you put the disclaimer on? Like, if you have a mental health issue, don't listen to it. Why'd you put that on there? I was curious about that.
Because it gets very dark at the end. I don't want to give away like that because the album is a story. It goes through a fictional day in my life, and it ends very, very badly. Maybe I just gave something away, but I just didn't want anyone to listen to it literally and to, I guess put them in a darker place. If they were in a stable place, this is going to make you feel probably more unstable. So I just didn't want to do any harm, basically.
Hey, this walk across America, Mike, I think I texted you during a part of it. I was like, how are you doing? Whatever it was, I've got 3 segments on this because I find it so fascinating. First of all, why'd you do it? Why'd you walk across America, and what triggered you to say, all right, let's do it?
Well, the real reason is I want to be somebody I'm proud of, so when I look at my life, I want to be proud of what I've done, it's as simple as that. But things sometimes get in the way, so I had this dream of doing this walk for 5 years, I think, where I thought, I want to do that. But for a walk across America, there's some strategy to it. Really, you want to start in early spring and you want to finish before winter, So the idea is you don't walk in winter. If you go fast enough, you can avoid winter. You can get it done in 3 seasons. So basically every spring something would come up. Oh, I got a tour to do. Oh, I got to finish the album. I got another tour to do. It's and then it was 5 years passed. And I just realized, especially after Avicii died and Mac Miller died, I was like, man, I'm going to die too. Hopefully no time soon, but at some point I'm going to go. And this walk is either going to happen before I die or not. And that choice is up to me. So I just made a decision, man, the time is now. You can't put this off anymore, and 9 times out of 10, our reasons for not doing something are just excuses wearing pretty clothes,
Wow, what a great way to put that. Yeah.
Everyone's got to people would come up to me on my walk. I remember this is the craziest thing, JoJo. I was walking this one time, this young man came up to me. He goes, man, I really want to do something like this, but I'm too young, he's like, I gotta go get a job, get established, get my career started. And I was like, okay, and then I remember a few weeks later, this guy came on a bike because I was in I just crossed over the Missouri River. I was in Missouri. See, I just crossed over the Mississippi River, and I was in Missouri. And I was on the Katy Trail, and this older gentleman comes up on a bike, and I had been on the local news. They had covered me. And he goes, "Are you the guy walking across America?" I said, "Yes, sir, I think I am." And he goes, "I always dreamed of doing something like that, but I'm too old now. I'm too old now, like I got my family and stuff." And it was like, I couldn't believe that somebody just come up and say they're too young, and then somebody come up and say they're too old. And it's like, neither of those things are true. They're just scared, like I was, And this isn't about people walking across America. I don't care one iota about people walking across America. But if there's something that matters to you, the same way the walk mattered to me, like don't let your reasons get in the way. Be unreasonable and do it.
The snake bite. This is one of my greatest fears. I cannot stand snakes. Oh my gosh. And I've come close to getting bit a few times. Either,
I'll tell you what.
Walk me through that.
I started walking April 15th, Asbury Park, New Jersey. I was fast forward, I think it was August 8th. I had walked 1,700 some miles. So I was about 2/3 of the way done, and I could see the Rocky Mountains. And the Rocky Mountains, I mean, to start from the Atlantic Ocean and see the Rocky, I mean, I was excited. I was also a little scared to get into them. And basically, man, I had walked 16 miles that day. I went to take a break. I came back out, and I just felt something bite my ankle. And I thought, what the heck was that? And right when I thought, what the heck was that? I heard the noise. Shh. Oh. And I thought, oh, man, I know what that noise is, And I said, my buddy was there and a couple other guys that showed up to walk with me that day. And I just said, guys, I just got bit by a rattlesnake. So they, we were really in the middle of nowhere. If you could look on a map, I was on Colorado 10 between a little town called La Junta, and then the next town's called Walsenburg, but it's like 50, 60 miles in between them. Anyways, they get some service, call 911. The lady says on the dispatch, she says, I sent an ambulance from one town, I sent an ambulance from the other town, and I sent a helicopter. So whatever gets there first, get in.
Wow.
And basically, you start a timer because they have this medicine called antivenin, and it saves your life. You have to get it. If you don't get it, you die. And the longer you wait to get it, the worse, so like 6 hours, something like that, that's too long. I could have lost my foot or whatever, but about 2 hours, you should be okay. So I ended up getting to the hospital about an hour 35. And I remember the Looney Tunes, JoJo, where at the end the circle gets smaller and it says, "That's all, folks."
Yep. That's
what it felt like. At first, it just it hurt, the bite, but everything hurt on me at that point. I'd walked 1,700 miles, so I was whatever. But once the poison started going through, it felt like that Looney Tunes, except instead of like
you felt yourself dying.
Circles, it felt like I don't know if I was dying or what, but it felt like that circle was closing in, but it was just darkness, like closing in. So I definitely felt like I was fading away, and then I was sort of snap back to life, if you will, or wake up. That's what felt like, a sensation of waking up. Like, oh, I'm still here. Okay. So I was kind of going in and out like that. But then they got me the medicine, and I sort of stabilized. And, I thought they call that medicine antivenin. So I thought, like, I'm going to be walking the next day. And the doctor came in. He's like, "Man, it doesn't work like that." He's like, "You're going to be here a while." And I went from I was walking 24 miles a day to I couldn't walk to the bathroom. I had like a walker, and my legs swelled up like an elephant trunk. It's like crazy. But the human body's remarkable if you take care of it. So I was in the hospital 5 days, and then I went home and I rested. So all in all, I was out 3 weeks. And after 3 weeks, I was able to go back to the exact spot that it bit me and carry on. And I walked 1,000 more miles after that, or maybe close to 1,100, and finished my journey in the Atlantic Ocean on October 18th. Excuse me, on the Pacific Ocean on October 18th.
Final thought on this walking across America thing. Was it what you expected?
No, because it actually like close, damn near the opposite. You know, I thought that I was going to have sort of a freewheeling kind of hippy dippy walk. I'd meet beautiful people, and you know, if I liked some place, I'd hang out there for a while and just kind of vagabond my way. But I started walking, and then you just started to like do the math on the miles and the mountain ranges is the big thing. You don't want to be crossing the Rocky Mountains in November or December, you know, like I needed to be through there. So what I thought was going to be sort of this loose thing turned into exercise and extreme discipline.
You were an athlete. I mean, you were a full-on athlete walking across. You were Forrest Gump, the athlete.
I don't know about that. So, nobody paid me to do it, so I'm still waiting for that. But
I just picture you like I know you said a lot of
people
people didn't.
For my Nike contract.
I know, right? Somebody give Posner a dang shoe deal. Jeez, but you know,
let's go.
You kind of reminded me of like Forrest Gump walking across America. Although I guess a lot of people didn't like. You didn't let people follow you very much. I don't think, but
I did actually. You know, before the snake bite, it was completely open. I said, whoever wants to walk with me, I'll walk. And it was very beautiful, JoJo. People would come from all over America for different reasons. Sometimes they just wanted, like, it was some college kids, they wanted like an Instagram picture for the weekend. That's right. Fine. But sometimes it was like, this man came up from DC, about a 5-hour drive. You know, he's like, my dad died, I got no one to talk to. I said, oh, wow. I'll listen to you, man. Like I got about 6 months out here. Come on, let's walk, you know? So wow. It was always different. And I'd always ask, I say, you know, why'd you come here? Not in a challenging way, but I just want to know. Sometimes they say, yeah, they don't want to do something fun. But sometimes it was much deeper. And so it was a really beautiful experience. Now, after I got bit by the snake, I shut that down. Because I just thought, like, there were 2 guys with me that day, and I just thought, what if they got bit instead of me? Like, that would be just horrible, you know? Like, I knew what I was doing was dangerous, you know? I was almost getting hit by cars all the time and stuff. Like, I understood that. But for someone else to get hurt because of my ambition or, you know, my dream, that wasn't cool to me. So so those last 1,000 miles, I shut it down. I didn't let people walk with me anymore. But before that, it was really beautiful and wide open. The last 1,000 miles were cool too, because that was like an inward journey. That was like, you know, just no distractions, no headphones, no music. Just
after you did the walk across America, you know.
You like my hat, by the way?
What's on your hat? What is it? This is like
a hat I found that I used to wear when I was a little kid.
Where'd you find it at?
Storage unit. My mom's.
It still fits your head, I guess.
Apparently.
I guess so.
I think I had to change the dial a little bit.
Mike Posner's hanging out. Walked across America, climbed 7 mountains after that. Is that true? You really climbed 7?
Way more than that. I think I've climbed like maybe 40 by now.
Like little mountains or big daddy mountains?
They vary. A lot of 13,000, 14,000 foot in Colorado. And then the tallest one I've done so far is Chimborazo in Ecuador. It's 20,000 feet.
I've told you this off air. This track, Momma Always Told Me. I love this song, Mike. I mean,
thank you, bro.
Love. Did your mom really say those words?
Nah. We were joking because she's the one say it that way, you know.
Right. Talk about this track. What do people, I mean, yeah, give me something on this thing.
This is a beautiful song. I did, I make a lot of my music, JoJo, like alone in a room, me and my guitar, whatever. But this song was a complete opposite. It was like I used to have this house in California, and all my friends would just come over, hang out, play music. We swim in the ocean, meditate. It's just very beautiful. So it's a product of basically me, my boy Stanaj, James Valentine, who's the lead guitarist in Maroon 5.
Oh, love that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy and Adam. Like, we're just all hanging out, and Jimmy started playing that guitar riff, and I started hearing the melodies, and it just came together. Jimmy goes outside, he sees his friend Kate and her girlfriend, so they came on, they sang in the chorus, because it's a big group vocal, and the thing just came together. It was just beautiful, man. When I listen to it, I hear back all the great musicians playing on it. And each one of the musicians is someone I love. So I just get this warm, fuzzy feeling when I hear it. And I hope people get some version of that.
Hey, tour talks for 2021 and beyond. Are you in chats for a tour at some point?
I don't know. Do you think you have tours in 2021?
I hope.
We'll see, bro.
I hope, man.
We see. I don't miss touring at all. The touring part, I do miss the performing. If that
That's
makes
what a lot
sense.
of people say. That people
I don't like. I mean, living on the bus in every city every day, it's just a weird way to live. But man, I'll tell you what, like being on that stage when you're hitting it right and the crowd's in it with you, it's nothing like it, man. It's awesome.
Well, Mike, 2-part question, and I have a feeling you're going to have a funny story with this. What is your best performance you've ever done? Your best ever? And the complete flip of that, what is your worst? Everything went wrong. I mean, everything couldn't have been worse.
Oh, man.
I don't know if the crowd's throwing stuff at you. Like, give me the best and the worst.
I'll go worst first, so we just end positive. But this show, like, I didn't really mess anything up, but it was just the crowd was just did not want to see me at all. I did a show really early, like I was still in college. I opened up for 50 Cent.
Oh,
and
man.
It was like a really tough crowd, like hard crowd, and I came out there with my little like my melodies and stuff, and they just start booing me, bro.
You could have passed out gold bricks, they would have booed you, huh?
They just started booing me. And my best, man, there's been so many great shows, honestly. It's probably been like, to me, I don't have a favorite. There's like maybe 20 or 30 in my career. I've been doing this 10 years that have just been perfect. And you can't get better than perfect. But one of those that just pops in my head is I got to open up for Black Bear at Red Rocks.
Oh, wow.
And Red Rocks is a venue, for those that don't know, it's probably the most beautiful venue in America, maybe tied with the Gorge in Washington State. It's just an outside natural amphitheater in the mountains. And I listened to all these live recordings from there my whole life. And my big sister used to play me Dave Matthews Band live at Red Rocks, so stuff, U2 live at Red Rocks, stuff. So it's really hallowed ground. And every musician that plays there loves it. And I got to go out there and play alone. So I just brought my guitar and piano. And I just did a set about, maybe it was 45 minutes, play all my songs just like that. And it was just beautiful, man. The crowd was amazing. And oh man, it couldn't have got, that was one of the highlights of my life/career for sure.
One of these days I want to see a show at Red Rock. I've never been there. I've heard
so
many people talk about it.
You gotta go. It's so amazing.
So you guys, Mike Posner
the thing that's amazing about it too is,
what is it? Yeah.
When you're the crowd, you're looking out and the stage is on this vista. So you're looking at the stage, but above the stage, you're like, you could see for hundreds of miles. It seems like, because you're up in the mountains, mountainous view. But then also, if you're performing, you're looking back, you're looking up at these mountains, and both directions have these like gorgeous views. It's really cool. The dressing rooms are cool. They're like built into the mountain. It's rad, man.
Mike Posner's hanging out. Of course, that track, Momma Always Told Me. Get on this track. It is just genius. Album or EP, I should say, coming out soon. Hey, the Swedish House Mafia. Let me jump to this real quick. Swedish House. I think you guys released this info October last year. The song "Underneath It All." People
Yeah.
didn't know for the longest time who the vocalist on that song was, and you guys finally unveiled that it was you doing the vocals. Now, what did you guys just forget to release the vocalist info, or was it like meant to be mysterious, or And yeah, talk about that and why you guys finally revealed that it was you.
I don't think the song ever actually officially came out. I think they just played it once live.
Right.
And it was just people talking about it. So I don't think it was even that deep where like someone didn't include it or anything like that. I think they just played it live and people were talking about it on the internet.
Here I am
That's
thinking it
all.
was all some sort of James Bond undercover kind of a thing.
Nah,
I'm
nah,
blowing it
nah.
up for no reason. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right, Mike Posner.
But it was their song anyway, so I don't really know. Like I did a session with them for them, so.
True or false? I don't know if this is true or not. I'm trying to guess, what before I ask you. You do not carry a cell phone ever.
No, maybe that's false. That was true. That was true at a prior time. I have a phone now. It's right here.
You have to, right? All right, good.
I mean, you don't have to. I think about freaking destroying this thing every day. It's horrible and beautiful at the same time, but that's another story.
Fair point. True or false? This one I also think is false. You only wear black socks. That has to be false.
You're pulling these questions from some interview I did 10 years ago. I know the exact one.
I know.
No, it's false. I got some blue ones on now.
Mike, I've never asked you this. And normally when I ask this question, have you ever been chased? I'm assuming that fans, it's a fan thing. But in your case, I could see like maybe a wild animal has chased you because you ran through but I don't know if it's a wild animal or if it's people so have you ever been chased? If so, by
I hate you, bro. The only time I ever remember being chased was I was in London with Justin Bieber, and I was not being chased. I was with Justin Bieber was so famous, bro, that his videographer Fredo was so famous that they would chase him. And I remember me and Fredo were friends. I said, bro, let's go to dinner or something. Let's go get something to eat. So we walk out of the hotel. He's like, dude, we can't go that way. I'm like, dude, it's not that big a deal. Like, you're the videographer, man. Like, let's just walk out of the hotel into the cab and we'll drive away. Dude, we got in this cab. These girls I'm talking about hundreds of girls, man. And they all recognized him. And they start chasing our car like we're the Beatles or something, bro. They're banging on the window, man. And I'm just like, dude, this is Justin's videographer, man. This is wild, bro. And then we got away, and he was like, dude, I told you, bro. I was like, man, that was wild, dude.
Did you think in the middle of all this, like, what if they catch us? Like, what would
I was
they do?
thinking that. I was like, what is the end game here? Like, if you catch us, like, what are you going to do to him? I don't know the answer to it.
I've asked that of several people that have been chased, and the same answer. What's the end game? Don't know. It's just weird. You have, I'm told, this is on a serious note, you have a lot of unfinished music, or so I'm told, with the Vici, and that makes you feel, of course, happy, but a little sad at the same time. Talk about this music, and will we ever hear these tracks?
I don't think so. I really don't like when an artist passes and people start putting out all the stuff that they didn't finish, that they decided not to put out explicitly while they were alive. Right. So
I will say though, let me throw this at you. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it from a fan's point of view, not his, obviously, but they've released some stuff since he's passed, some that I loved. I can tell some they could have done certain things better with it, but some of it I really appreciated. Now, with that thought in mind, do you still, I guess, what's your take on that from a fan's point of view?
I appreciate that, but I guess I don't look at it from the fan's point of view because I'm an artist. So I look at it from my point of view, which is like, if I die, I don't want people putting out the stuff that, dude, I got thousands of songs on my laptop right now, and most of them I don't like, and I have decided, I made it. It's mine. I've decided I don't want to put this out. This isn't my best work, you know? So with Tim, he decided not to put these songs out or else they would be out, you know? And so I feel like that's not right for me to decide to put this stuff out with him not here, you know? So the thing that makes me most sad isn't the stuff we already did. It's when I have a new idea and I'm like, who would not, if I write a song, I'm like, who's the producer that would nail this? And it's him. And he's not here to do it. Like that sucks, man. That really sucks. So that is worse than like the stuff we already did. You know, it's like because it's just more. I don't know. There's more I wanted to do with them, but I guess that's not up to me.
I see you grinning on Zoom.
No, don't do it.
I'm gonna ask you.
Don't do it.
Listen, okay. I've interviewed Posner for 10 years.
10 years. 10 years.
And I've asked you this question, I think almost every time.
Every time, bro. Don't do it.
I have to. You're working on your EP. And I even heard you say during Momma Always Told Me you had some gang vocals in there. That's right where I would fit it, right there. Can I, in some small way, please be on this album or EP?
No.
Come on.
The answer remains no. Do you do this to everyone else?
No, you.
Why?
I've done it to other people before, yes, but you're the longest running for sure.
Has anyone said yeah?
Yeah,
Someone
I got on.
Say yeah, right?
I got on an album or two, just a quick, like almost like a DJ skit, in between tracks. I did some of that. It's happened, but
JoJo, you will never be on one of my albums.
Yes, I will, Mike. You don't mean that. I'm looking.
Yes, I do. But I love you though.
I do. All right. Well, next interview we'll go at it again. All right. Quick recap. Momma Always Told Me. It is out. Get on this track. I'm such a fan of this. This might be. I hate to say this because sometimes I should wait until like a year later to tell you if it's my favorite thing you've ever done or not. This is my favorite song you've ever done. This is
Thank you, bro.
I love it. So
Means a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Momma Always Told Me. It's out. Get on it. Album, EP, coming soon. Unfortunately, without me on it, but that's another story.
Neither here nor there.
That's another. Yeah, who cares? What am I forgetting to ask you? Give me what am I totally spacing on? Because
I think we covered it. It's a great interview. I think you did a great job.
Thank you, Mike.
I give you a 9 out of 10. I always leave a 1 for improvement because you can still get better.
Thank you very much.
It was great, man. Thank you.
It's good to see you, dude. I can't wait to see you in person.
You too, bro. You too.
All right. At the end of every interview, fist bump to make it official. Can you tap the cam, Posner?
Bang.